Hi folks, and thanks for joining me. I'm back on the Stewart-Warner from 1939, this time the cabinet instead of the chassis. Anyway, you can see it's not in terribly bad shape. There's definitely some repairs that I'll need to make here with missing veneer at the bottom and the feed itself on one side. What the receiver probably looked like from the factory, at least one of the marketing photos. And here I'm just prepping, getting ready to kind of blend the old toners together. I'm not going to completely strip the cabinet. You guys will see here in just a few minutes as I apply some lacquer thinner using some steel wool and rags. I always have a tendency to get things too dark, so I'm actually going to blend some of these old lacquers together if I'm successful, and then do some touch-up as well on some of the top, front, and sides. And I have not decided at this point on the grill cloth itself. I'm going to try to clean it, and I might be able to save it. You can see here I'm just removing the backer board itself so I can access the grill cloth. Get this piece out of my way. And then placing a mark on the backer board so I'll know the orientation of the backer board itself when it comes time to reinstall it. And you can see what I refer to as the backer board is actually just the mounting board for the loudspeaker itself. The grill cloth itself is attached directly to the cabinet. As you can see, the old glue holding the grill cloth to the cabinet there pretty much used up, so I didn't even use any lacquer thinner or anything to remove it. I think it was my good friend Bobby asked early on when I was introducing the radio cabinet, these bumper guards, they are from the factory, it appears. I'll replace those. And just some of the items I'll be using possibly to remove some of the old lacquer from the cabinet. Again, I'm going to try to blend some of these old toner lacquers together, so not a 100% strip and refinish, just a nice touch-up. Just doing a small test area on top to see if I can kind of blend this stuff together before I get more aggressive and spend a lot of time. And there's my first attempt. There's still more of a wipe down needed in certain places, but that looks 100% better than my starting point. You can see the fluted areas on the sides. I think I can use some blender and soften the old lacquers and blend those in just fine. Kind of melt those in together with some new lacquer. And you can see I cleaned the inside of the cabinet as well. The bottom, top, and sides. And I'll attempt to recreate the water slide decal that's removed now, and you can see the veneer repair there at the bottom that I'll still need to make as well. And 1 foot missing there on the right side that I'll need to replicate. Since there's some remaining lacquer left in those fluted areas, I'm actually going to use some dye-based lacquer that I already have on hand and just try to blend these together. So I'll use some blender flow out after I'm done. See if I can just melt the new with the old. And I think I can get the contrast deep enough here in the black to look somewhat decent and somewhat match maybe what the original finish looked like. It's hard to say really looking back at that black and white photo from the 1930 period. And after an inspection here, just applying a little more there in certain areas. So looking at the old marketing photo, it looks like the top and the front area by the grill area is just a little darker shade. So I'm going to use some misty coats of a dye-based lacquer to see if I can deepen that up just a bit. And as far as my shades of toner, I think I'm satisfied here on the top side now. I'll try to do a little blending as well around the grill area. See if I can deepen that just a bit, and then I'll go over it again with some blender flow out. You can see the bottom area, and I still got to blacken the area there as well around the push button assembly. So there's still some cleanup and some cabinet work, but I wanted to take advantage of the weather today before some more nasty storms move in and the humidity's way too high to spray any lacquers whatsoever. Not too bad for a touch-up job. Again, I appreciate you guys following along. More to come as the weather allows me to finish working on the cabinet. You guys take care and stay well. Thanks again for viewing.